the Fibonacci traders all around the world. This is FXPassion, broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is Forex Trading Course 101. Remember, we are learning the three pillars of a consistently successful trader. One is the strategy and or the system. The second one is the risk management, and the third one is the big one, is the psychology part. Hello George, how are you? Remember everybody, if this is your first time with us, we are in the intermediate module. Okay, we are over, we are past the basic module and we are past the beginner module. So if the webinars are too difficult to understand, and if you don't know what is happening, where is happening, go back on the Ducascopy YouTube channel and start watching the Forex Trading Course 101, starting from Lesson 1. Hello, time to shine. How are you? Remember everybody, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. It's just a matter of time when and where the traders are going to lose money. And remember, the webinars are not investment or trading advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. For homeworks and or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. That being said, today's title is the Contrarian Fibonacci and the rules. So there you go, this is the picture. Hello Miguel, hello Akos, how are you? Please take a, and remember, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Okay, so when you say something, I need more or less 20 seconds to come to me. Your question, your comment. So take a screenshot everybody with your cell phone. Hello Silas, how are you? Take a screenshot of this with your cell phone, with your laptop. Okay, so today we are starting to talk about the so-called Contrarian Fibonacci and the rules. Okay, so let's start reading. Number one, we use the Contrarian Fibonacci to, number one, trade retracements, which is risky, and we are going to talk about AUD today. And number two is the most important, to find the C of the original Fibonacci. Okay, so with the Contrarian Fibonacci, we are going to find the so-called confirmed C. There is a technique on how you can find a confirmed C, and when and if you are going to find a confirmed C inside the original Fibonacci. So we are going to have two Fibonaccis starting from today, the original one and the contrarian. So hello Annie, how are you? So when and if you can find the confirmed C inside the original one, then you have a 80% chance, okay, of the trade going into your direction. Now let's talk about the trading rules. Until trading rule number one, until the extension of the Contrarian Fibonacci is still inside the AB boundary of the original Fibonacci, you are entering trades with the probability 50-50%. Okay, so let's jump into some charts. Okay, this is from yesterday, AUD daily chart, and let me see where can we go. Okay, so you have two original Fibonaccis. Yes, we are going to explain everything, don't worry, step by step. We have two down Fibonaccis, okay? And on both we are going to draw Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, so this is one, the left, and we have the other one, Fibonacci retracement tool, and this is the second one, right? And we are going to write the words slowly, step by step. So this is the A, this is the A, we are going to clone, right? We have two Fibonaccis, two down Fibonacci, and we have the B down here. This is the B, and we are going to clone the B, right? Now, what is the Contrarian Fibonacci? The Contrarian Fibonacci is nothing else than a Fibonacci that is going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, it's going to go in the opposite direction of the original one. And we have two different examples here. Okay, we're going to have two different examples. So if the original is down, if the original Fibonacci is pointing down, then the Contrarian Fibonacci. And a word of advice: to see clearly the different Fibonaccis, you can color code differently. Okay, so you can color code differently the two different Fibonaccis. Okay, so the Contrarian Fibonacci is nothing more a Fibonacci that is going in the opposite direction compared to the original one. So let me check. Let's put it like this. Okay, and now to name or to number the Contrarian Fibonacci, you can use different words. You can say sub A, sub B, you can say A plus, B plus, C plus. You can name the Contrarian 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. Okay, how do I name? I name it by the sub A, sub B, sub C. Okay, now let's talk about first the left example. So we have a down Fibonacci, original one, right? We have a down Fibonacci A to B, and this point up in here is the C, right? What is this? Why? What is the C? The C is the highest point, not necessarily a high, but the highest point inside the AB boundary before the market hits the appropriate D extension, right? So this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C. Now let's talk about, and of course we have a projected D down here. So green goes to green, and this is the projected D is down here, and clone, same as in here, or maybe not. On the right is the blue, is the projected, right? Projected D is here. Okay, so we have A, B, C, D. Now let's talk about the Contrarian Fibonacci. So the same point where the B starts, we are talking about the left side. This is going to be my sub A. And again, you can call it 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem. Okay, so my B point equals my sub B. Miguel is saying the problem with sub for the contrarian is that when you get to the confirmation you have a sub. Yes, sometimes it happens. So sub A, and my C point is going to be equal to my sub B. Okay, so sub B is my C point. Why is that? Remember the same rules that you are going to draw an original Fibonacci, the same rules are you going to apply for a contrarian Fibonacci, are the same rules, right? So what is this sub A? Well, the sub A is the starting point of the uptrend, correct? Because the original one is in a downtrend. So the contrarian, yes, I know it's a lot of information. Don't worry, we're going to spend 2 months at least on the Fibonacci's, okay? Stay with me, try to understand what I'm telling you. Don't panic, okay? Drink a glass of wine or coffee or whatever, okay? Yes. Okay. So sub A, sub B, right? So, and remember, my C point, everybody, if you don't see the comments, I'm streaming also on the other platform, okay? I'm not just on YouTube. So sub A, sub B, Sub C is going to be here, right? Sub C, okay, is going to be this one. Why is that? If this is sub A and this is sub B, then this is sub C, right? Why is that? What is the sub C? Sub C is the lowest point inside this sub A sub B boundary after the sub B, before the market hits the appropriate D extension. And as you can see, I have different colors. Passion I don't see, okay. Better? Sub A, sub B. And as you can see, I have different colors for my original Fibonacci, and I have different colors for my Contrarian Fibonacci. Okay, so if violet goes to violet, then my projected sub D is up in here. Okay, everybody, don't worry, you are going to use exactly the same rules, right? What is the A, what is the B, what is the C, what is the D? The same rules apply on the sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D. Okay, so this is the projected sub D up in here. Let's color code it like this, right? It's a projection. Okay, so if you are going to have difficulties, everybody, just put some colors. Okay, if you are going to have difficulties to spatially see, put one color on the original Fibonacci and put a different color on the Contrarian Fibonacci. Put two different colors like this one. Okay, so it's going to be easier for you to spatially see what is going on or what are you trading. Time to shine. Quick question. If the original Fibonacci is in a downtrend, doesn't reach the first green level but continues to fall, which level does it have to reach to start the new Fibs? Who knows the answer to time to shine? Let's see if you have studied, everybody. What is the correct answer to time to shine's question? Time to shine is asking. Wait a second, you are asking the questions and answering. But yes, you are correct, the 1618 level. I wanted to see the other players, if they are studying the Fibonacci's. But yes, you're correct. Green goes to green, yes sir. It doesn't need to touch or break the green, the 618 retracement. Green goes to green. Okay, so this is the left. Okay, this is the left. We have the original Fibonacci and we have the Contrarian Fibonacci. Okay, now let's move on the right side and let's clone sub A, let's clone sub B, let's clone sub C, and let's clone sub D. Yes, because I wasn't too sure. No, don't be sorry. Okay, so sub D, I'm going to draw a retracement until here. Okay, so this is going to be the, again, the black. This is going to be our sub A, this is going to be our sub B, this is going to be our sub C. Okay, and this is going to be our sub D. Our projected D extension is here. It needs to touch the 1618 before you start another swing. Yes sir. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out a little bit, everybody, and I'm going to change, I'm going to delete the colors. Alright, delete the colors. Now, trading rules. Until the D extension of the Contrarian Fibonacci is still inside the AB boundary of the original Fibonacci, you are entering trades with a probability 50-50. Okay, and number 2 goes, if you can find a contrarian Fibonacci with the projected the extension above or below the A of the original Fibonacci, you are entering 80 to 85 probability trades. Wow, right? This is a wow. So if this is the market, right, and this is the Fibonacci and the waves, right, markets making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, it changes making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and in here it broke a counter trend line. Okay, let's put it like this. So this is the market, transparency, there you go. Okay, and it broke a counter trend line in here. By the rules, how much chance? Is this a 50-50 trade or is this a 85% trade? We're talking about probabilities here. If I'm going to enter, yes, we're going to check the live market in just a few minutes. First, the theory, you need to understand how the Contrarian Fibonacci works. But the blue line is the market making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So I have a down original Fibonacci, and then the retracement started. The markets were making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. But in some point in time, the market broke the counter trend line. With everything, with the stochastic RSI and the MACD and bearish candlestick formations and everything, how much is this trade if we talk about probabilities? Is this a 80-85% trade, Fibonacci trade, or is this a 50-50? Time to shine says 50-50, still haven't made a lower low. What about now? It made a lower low. Now you have a lower low. Is still a 50-50 trade? And I'm going to trick you a little bit right now. You are going to have a confirmed downtrend. Okay, I'm telling you, this is a tricky question. But you need to learn about, what was the blue, right? Let me see, 40, there you go. You need to learn. So we entered here, or we entered here on the second counter trend line, right? What is this? Is this a 50% Fibonacci trade, or is this a 80-85% Fibonacci trade? When it breaks the trend line, can still make higher low. Miguel says 50%, Annie says 85. No, Annie, this is a 50% Fibonacci trade. Why is that? Because of the rules, trading rules. Can you see trading rule number? No, we are not talking about structure anymore. We are talking about the Fibonacci right now. Okay, don't mix apples with bananas, everybody. We are talking just the Fibonacci sequence. What does the trading rule number 1 say? Until the extension of the contrarian Fibonacci is still inside the AB boundary of the original Fibonacci. Where is the extension? Where is the extension of the contrarian Fibonacci? The extension of the contrarian Fibonacci is here. So until the extension of the contrarian Fibonacci, meaning sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D, until the extension, in this case is the sub D, is still inside the original Fibonacci, right? You are entering trades with a probability 50-50. It's 50%. Okay? We are learning about the time to shine. You are correct, you are right, okay? But we are learning the Fibonaccis. Okay, but you are right. But not always the Fibonacci is going to go together with the structure. Yes, don't be sorry. Yes, it's still inside. Okay, so if I go here, and this is AUD CAD daily chart, and I'm going to short the market right now, the market is making a lower low, right? This is a lower low, and I can draw my Contrarian Fibonacci. There you go, this is my Contrarian Fibonacci, right? And I'm shorting the market. Why am I shorting the market? Because the original Fibonacci is pointing down, and I have a bearish candlestick formation with the counter trendline break. So I have all the reasons to short the market. But talking about probability, did I enter a 50% trade, or did I enter an 85% trade on AUD CAD daily chart? Different time frames are going to have different Fibonaccis with different probabilities. Okay, I'm going to short the market. What is this? It's a 50-50 trade, or it's a 85%? 50%, correct. Why is that? Because the appropriate de-extension is up in here. This is the violet, the projected de-extension, right? Okay, but if I can find as the picture says, number 2, if you can find a contrarian Fibonacci with the projected de-extension above or below the A of the original Fibonacci, you are entering 80 to 85% trades. You are still inside the ABB boundaries, yes, and it says 50, yes. Okay? Now, there is a logic in here. So number 2, if you can find a contrarian Fibonacci with the projected de-extension above or below the A of the original Fibonacci, you are entering 80 to 85 probability trades. And there is a logic behind this. Why is that? Because the right example, right, this Fibonacci in here, so it's just an example, it goes the same in the other way. So my original Fibonacci is down, and I have what it's called a deep retracement. And as you can see, everybody, my contrarian Fibonacci, right, my sub D extension is well above the A of the original Fibonacci. So this is the line of the sub D extension, and this is the line of my A of the original Fibonacci. Now, what is the logic behind this? If the downtrend, if the down sequence is to continue, it must not break the A. Okay? Yes, can you please repeat? Yes, sir. When the market is going to find a deep retracement, meaning the extension of the contrarian Fibonacci is going to be above, in this example, or below the A of the original Fibonacci, you have found what we call a confirmed C. Why is that? Because if the market, if the sequence is to continue, it must not break the A of the original one. Not that it could not, it must, if it's going to continue to fall, it must not break the A of the original one. If it's going to break, of course, then we reverse our original Fibonacci. Time to shine. What if sub-C retraces to 21.4 level or lower? Are you talking about the 21.4 of the original Fibonacci or the 21.4 of the Contrarian Fibonacci? Great question, time to shine. If you are talking about the Contrarian Fibonacci, then what is the answer? Contrarian, yes sir. So what is the answer? The same rules apply. So time to shine is asking what is going to happen if the market is going to retrace and start to fall and hit the black line of my Contrarian Fibonacci, which is the 21.4. What is going to happen? So this is going to be the sub C, right? Sub A, sub B, sub C. And don't worry everybody, there is a learning curve attached to this for you to spatially see all the sequences. Sub A, sub B, sub C. Where is the projected sub D? We are still in the boundary, so it's 50-50. Yes, correct. So my colors of my Contrarian Fibonacci, black goes to black, so it's still, right? Sub D, it's still inside the AB boundary, so it's a 50-50 trade. And Miguel says, but C will remain at its place or higher. Yes sir. Yes sir. Great question, time to shine. Any questions so far everybody? So if you're going to find, let's read the rules. Number one, if until the extension of the Contrarian Fibonacci is still inside the AB boundary of the original Fibonacci, you are entering trades with a probability of 50-50. Number two, if you can find the Contrarian Fibonacci with the projected extension above or below the A of the original Fibonacci, you are entering 80 to 85 probability trades. Number three, when you find the C, your stop loss should go 10 to 100 pips, it depends on your time frame, above or below the A of the original Fibonacci, and your take profit should go 10 to 100 pips below or above the D of the original Fibonacci. Okay, number three, what does this mean? We're going to open NZD-CAD, monthly chart, NZD-CAD monthly chart, and let's see. So this is going to be our A up in here, the original one. This is going to be our A, this is going to be our B, right? A to B, horizontal line to help myself, A to B, Fibonacci retracement tool. I'm going to color code it differently, the original one. Okay, so when you find the C, now look at this. In some point in time, right, we didn't have the crystal ball, of course, but in some point in time, if you would like, you could draw the original Fibonacci and edit levels, Contrarian. As you can see everybody, the Contrarian Fibonacci, of course this is just an example, maybe not the perfect one because we are on the monthly chart, right? But what are the rules saying? Well, when you find a deep C, when you have a confirmed C, right, and here is a confirmed C, why is that? Because the appropriate D extension is above the A, then the stop loss should go 10 to 100 pips above the A, it depends on your time frame, and I think they did, no, it didn't touch the greens, and the take profit should go 10 to 100 pips before. Okay, why is that? Well, simply because sometimes the market is going to approach the D extension by a few pips and it's not going to hit and it's going to reverse. Okay, and sometimes the market is going to touch the A, is not going to break and is going to reverse. Okay, so stop loss 10 to 100 pips above the A, take profit 10 to 100 pips before the appropriate D extension. Okay, so this is NZD-CAD monthly chart, just an example. Number 4, when you find the C, you should check the trend direction from the larger time frame and compare it to the lower time frame prior to entering the trade. Well, we talked about this already a lot of times. Not sure how that's a confirmed C. Oh yeah, I see. It's a confirmed C because the appropriate D extension is up in here. Right? If the market is going to fall, should not break the A. Okay? Yeah, maybe monthly chart not the best. So let's go on the weekly. Weekly chart is going to be okay. There you go. Weekly chart. It's a much better example. So Fibonacci, the original one, is here. So colors, this is the original one, and where is my contrarian? This is my contrarian here, right? And edit levels, contrarian, there you go. Okay, this is NZD-CAD weekly chart, right? So this is going to be our A up in here, text, edit label. This is going to be our A up in here. This is going to be our B down in here, right? Where is the C? Where is the C? This is our C up in here, right? What is the C? The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary after the B before the market hits the appropriate D extension. So A to B, B to C, C to D. A, B, C, D. It's always the same. You just need to practice. Okay, so this is our C. And down here is going to be our D extension. Now, what about the contrarian, right? I jumped from the start, from the beginning. The first contrarian Fibonacci was here. But then the market broke my sub A in here, so I need to start a new contrarian Fibonacci when the market is going to retrace. Passion, this is too difficult. Don't worry everybody, if you don't understand, just go with the original one, okay? But I'm going to explain you everything about the contrarian, and then when the time comes we have the original one also. But I'm telling you, it's not that difficult. Okay, if you don't understand the contrarian, just go with the original one, it's going to be enough. But the contrarian is good for retracements, if you want to trade a retracement, and is good for finding the confirmed C, which in our case this was not a confirmed C. Because why is that? Because the sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D, the projected sub D was still inside the AB boundary, correct? Okay, so I'm going to delete the first sequence of the contrarian Fibonacci, and again, if you don't see this, everybody, just color code differently. This is your original one and this is your contrarian. Okay, you can color code differently your colors, I mean your Fibonacci's, so you are not going to mix the different Fibonacci's. Okay, so this C was not confirmed. Why is that? Because the sub A is here, right? Sub B is up in here. Sub B. Question, Passion, how do we find the sub A and sub B? You are going to find the sub A and the sub B following the rules. And what are the rules? The same rules apply for the A, B, C, D, right? What is the A? The A is the starting point of the trend. Sometimes it's going to be the highest high, sometimes it's going to be the absolute high. What is the sub A? The sub A, if the contrarian Fibonacci, everybody, if the original is pointing down, then the contrarian is going to point up. And if the A is the starting point of a downtrend, the sub A is going to be the starting point of a uptrend. Yes, but C is the first downtrend. Now, I'm sorry, my friend, I don't understand your question. Okay, so this is the starting point of the uptrend of the contrarian Fibonacci. Yes, of the uptrend. Okay, and what is challenging for the beginner trader is you need to adjust and keep track of the Fibonacci's. Now on AUD-CAD daily chart, it's easy because one candle is one day. But on the smaller time frames, it's going to be challenging because, let's say, the 1 hour chart, the 2 hour chart, the 4 hour chart. God bless the traders on the 15-minute chart. It's quite hard working because you need to adjust. The market is moving. Sometimes it's going to break the contrarian Fibonacci. Sometimes it's going to confirm the C of the original Fibonacci. Sometimes is not going to confirm the C of the Fibonacci. Passion, can we enter with the non-confirmed C? Yes, sir. Yes, you can. Absolutely you can. Why not? Why not? We are going, yes, we are going to explain to you when we are going to talk about multiple time frames trading. Okay? We learned about the confirmation time frame and we learned about the trading time frame. Nawaf says, I mean the first correction should be the C. No. What is the C, Nawaf? No, sir. What is the C? Let's see if you have studied. What is the C? Is everybody, is the C1, is the C1 the C that Nawaf is pointing out, or is the C2 the C? Which one is the C? Nawaf says, oh, but the first retracement must be the C. Which one is the C? Is the C1 the C, or is the C2 the C? So if it hits the pink Fibonacci level, then it's confirmed C. Not yet. I mean the extension. Well, I don't know. I need to... Okay, I'm going to project. So yes, now I'm projecting. If the market would hit the violet, the extension on my sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D, then the next Fibonacci, the next contrarian Fibonacci, the D extension would be above the A. So yes, correct. But it didn't. This is the problem. I mean the challenge, right? it didn't hit the 1618 of the sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D. And time to shine says C2 is the correct answer. And it says C2, yes. Now what is the C? The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary. Which is the highest point? Is the C1 the highest point, or is the C2 the highest point? Inside the AB boundary, this is the A, this is the A, and clone, and this is the B, right? So this is the AB boundary, and inside this AB boundary, A to B, which C is higher? The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary, and something is happening in the market. C2, you have no sub D. Yes sir, you don't have the sub D. Correct. But the C2 is the highest point, and my Fibonacci dog is fighting with the Ichimoku. So something is happening in the markets right now. Now are we clear? Why is the C2 the correct answer? I want to hear from you now. Is it clear? Why is the C2 the correct answer? Why is not before? Okay, so A to B, B to C, C to D. Now, let's go back in here. Time to shine. When you don't see the markets, though, you won't know that's the highest point. Absolutely. So AUD is a great example. This is what we see, right? This is what we see on the AUD daily chart. But I know if I'm going to enter in the daily chart shorting the market right now, I know that I'm entering a 50% rate from the daily chart. The market can go down as much as it can go up. It's a 50-50 trade, right? Now, the traders who are using the Fibonacci's, right? I shouldn't, but I'm just going to give you an example, everybody. Let's see that this was, I don't remember where it was before, but let's say that this was the original Fibonacci. Let's say that this was the original Fibonacci. Where is the arrow? There you go. This was the first Fibonacci. I mean the Fibonacci prior, right? And as you can see, I'm going to delete this one, okay? And delete. In some point in time, this first circle, okay, this was a deep retreat. Now this was an 85% probability trade. This one. Peter Lou, so let me get what you are saying here. You are trading on a correction with ABCD. Yes, sir. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I'm not entering trades on the shorter time frames, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, unless I have a confirmed C on the higher time frames. So I'm not going to enter in here. I don't care. I could have the Stohastic, the Ichimoku, the Super Mega JP Morgan Chase robot, and the indicators, you know, and the expert advisors, and Max Crystal Ball is saying to go short. I'm not going to short in here. It doesn't matter, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours. Why is that? Because this is a 50% rate. I need to work 5 times as hard to manage this trade. Okay, but here I entered. This was an 85% trade, everybody. Of course, this trend has left the station. I'm going to delete the Fibonacci's, and the new sequence on AUD is this one. So I'm going to patiently wait for a deep retracement. Okay. Oh, where is the A? And the good news, there is no right or wrong. You can use the Fibonacci's, right? You can use other indicators. You can reject what we are teaching everybody. Can you show us why that's a confirmed C, please? It's always the same time to shine. It's a confirmed C because the D extension, number 2, the D extension is above the A of the original Fibonacci that you are entering. Okay, time to shine. When you have a confirmed C, everybody, now look at the picture. What is going to happen? Time to time, you are not going to have a confirmed C on the daily time frame, picture number 1, but you are going to have a confirmed C on the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame. See the pictures? Daily time frame in here, 1-2 hour time frame. The C of the daily time frame is not confirmed, but the C on the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame is confirmed. Should you enter or shouldn't you enter? And this goes with the basic concept number 1. The higher time frame controls market movement and price direction on the smaller time frames, and this is where you are going to lose. And you are going to say, well, it was a confirmed C on the 1 hour chart, 2 hour chart, and you are going to lose, and you are going to be angry and pissed off and say, well, this Contrarian Fibonacci BS doesn't work. Remember, the daily time frame controls the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame. The higher time frame controls the smaller time frame. It goes on all indicators and tools. You have a counter trend line break on the 1 hour, 2 hour chart, but you don't have a counter trend line break on the daily. You are increasing your technical risk. You are going to have a confirmed C on the 1 hour, 2 hour chart, but you are not going to have a confirmed C on the daily or weekly. You are increasing your technical risk. Your MACD is going to pointing up on the 1 hour, 2 hour chart, and it's going to point down on the daily. Guess which one is going to win? Yeah, I know it's a lot of information. Yes, I know. Don't worry. I've been there. I understand you. That's why we are telling you, right? You are sick and tired. I'm telling you, go back and watch the webinars over and over until you get it. So, let's check the time. We have 7 more minutes. Number 4. When you find the C, you should check the trend direction from the larger time frame and compare it to the lower time frame. And here is the mistake, should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5. The last thing you need to do is to identify in what zone are the Fibonacci's. Are in the rally or dip, are in the retracement zone, and are they in the extension zone? And as a rule, for high probability trades, we should always enter in extensions and in the same direction. All other trades are low probability trades. I'm going to explain to everybody just this one last rule, and then we are going to finish. Okay, I know, don't worry, it's a lot of information. Do you mean that if we have no confirmed C in the daily but you have it in the 2 hour chart, you should not enter for an 80% trade? What do you think, Miguel? What do you think? So, high probability trades are where? When you are going to have a down original Fibonacci, and of course the original Fibonacci is going to retrace, and then finally sometimes it's going to be with a confirmed C, sometimes it's going to be without a confirmed C. Okay, so let's make it without a conform C. But this is the original one. So we have here our A. This is going to be our B. It's just an example. And this is our daily chart. Daily chart. Don't worry everybody, tomorrow we're back again together. This is the daily chart. Now, high probability trades, we're talking about 90% trades are when the daily chart and the 1 hour or 2 hour chart, okay, just an example, let's move it like something like this, are going to move in the same direction. So this is the A. This is what the rule says. Okay, we are going to read it again. And this is the 2 hour chart. Daily chart, 2 hour chart. Okay, so this circle here is this circle here. We are looking exactly at the same thing. Okay, this down movement is this down movement here. So this is going to be our A on 2 hours, on 2 hour chart. This is A on the 2 hour, and this is going to be our B on the 2 hour chart. AB on the 2 hour chart. And okay, I need to color code. So this is the Contrarian Fibonacci, not label, Contrarian, there you go. And we are going to have, so this is the Fibonacci on the 2 hour chart. We are looking exactly at the same thing. Original, there you go. Okay, so on the 2 hour chart we have a down Fibonacci, original one, and it's in an extension, meaning it's making lower lows, lower highs, right? So it's going down, it's falling down. Now on the daily chart we have also, the market is in an extension, it's making lower lows, lower highs. Okay, so what does the rule say? For high probability trades we should always enter in extension and in the same direction. All other trades are low probability trades. That's all everybody, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.